What are your thoughts on, let's say, racial quotas or diversity hiring in the context of jobs or university?
Programs like affirmative action, I think, are necessary, and I think they've shown to be effective at balancing income inequality between races.
Job or opportunity should be given to the person who's got the best skill.
I think a lot of the time the perception of diversity hire is that these people are unqualified, where in a lot of the times you're giving somebody the shot to show that they are qualified.
Well, hold on. The reason why people would assume that you're giving the job to people that aren't qualified is because you're ticking a box. And if you're ticking a box, that means you're taking it from somebody else. They don't need to be white. You're ticking that box and saying, well, no other Hispanic, Asian, white person, purple, green, orange, don't forget about Trump, can take that position. And that is, in and of itself, discrimination. You're giving it to somebody that is less qualified to tick that box. That's exactly what it is.
If they didn't have those quotas, then less black people would be in certain programs. If they were to get assessed, they say, okay, no, I have 5 Asians, I have 10 black people.
Isn't that discrimination, though?
Of course it's discrimination, but it has to be this way because that's the world we have created.
She's at least admitting it. She's at least admitting it. When somebody is willing to admit it, right? When somebody is willing to admit it, those are people that you can actually have an honest conversation about. You can have an honest conversation about why it's wrong. So at least she's admitting it. Respect points for her, and also respect points for Jen for pushing back on that, kind of calling that out. Great job on that.
That's the world we have created.
I would point to things like the Harvard scandal, where really qualified Asian kids, so they're getting left out. You can have a doctor because somebody got into med school, but their scores weren't that great. But I believe in quality of opportunity, not equality of outcome. I think that's Marxist, and you can only enforce that with a gun.
He's finding some really good people in this video. That guy is absolutely spot on, and amazing that on the spot he brought up the Harvard scandal, which was discriminating against Asian students. So we're not even having a conversation about white people, right? We're not even having a conversation about that. That's not okay. In what world is that okay? Basically, only in woke world is that discrimination okay. They're really basically merging the line between racists and woke. And I know you guys hear that often, but it's incredibly true. They are blurring that line.
I think that there's a bit of a slippery slope that happens when we bring people into certain opportunities or certain institutions simply because of their skin color. And you could even argue that itself inherently could be a bit racist.
It's reasonable to have equal amount of different races involved in the workplace. But is it achievable the way we're doing it right now? No, I don't.
No, both those people totally get it. That lady's super well spoken too. Jen found some great people for this video. This guy has a very unique perspective, and he's saying it the way it is. Is it achievable? Is it doable? Is it helpful the way that we're doing it right now, which is discriminating, right? Even if you're making the argument of, oh, well, people were discriminated in the past, so we need to discriminate now to make up for it. No. You need to give people equal opportunity now. You're no better if you're discriminating now. And is it dividing the country more? Are you hurting the country? We've seen from recent polls, I believe it was the Gallup poll, showing race relations in the United States. They've been tracking that for decades. And since 2013, when a lot of this identity politics really started ramping up around the Zimmerman trial and all of that, Black Lives Matter was also founded in 2013. Ever since 2013, before then, race relations were on a slight increase, but they were pretty high. We were looking pretty good in the United States. Ever since 2013, 2014, race relations in the United States has been plummeting since they've been pushing all of this insane identity politics in the country.